Hello EVGRAY members, this is Dragomir, proud member of the EVGRAY group, and this is my first ever video made for you, of course, and anybody else who wants to replicate this, in which I will show you the parts and the assembly of a permanent magnet DC outrunner motor made from a servo motor, which I have bought from Germany, from eBay. Although my camera is kind of a piece of shit, I will try to read you the specifications written on the motor's label. So it's a brown Bavary made in France servo motor, and it's rated at 200 volts DC and 85 amps maximum. Its maximum RPM for which it was built to work is 2150 RPM. So considering these specifications, what I've made, let me show you what I've made. What mods have I done to the motor? So this is its original rotor, from which I have cut its commutator, and I have separated individually each and every winding of the rotor. So I have now 86 individual coils, or if you want phases, that's how Hector terms them or names them. What else? If you want that the output of this future generator to be totally non-reflective, you should apply the non-reflective diode plug described by Hector, and therefore in this case you will have to have 86 172 individual diode plug circuits. I'm still considering an alternative for this, which is to couple two coils in parallel, so I can reduce the number of individual diode plugs to half. Okay. Next, you will have to make this rotor, you will have to make it fixed. So this will be a non-moving part in this generator. And for this you have to make the stator, you have to make it rotate. This stator is kind of simple, which made my work in modifying it fairly easy, if I may say so. It consists of 6 magnets attached of it on its inside section with glue, I suppose, and it has 6 holes, I don't know, M5, M4 millimeters, metric 5, metric 4 on each side of it. So we have 6 holes here, we have 6 holes here, and what I must do for this stator, for this actual stator to rotate, is make some adapters to it. And now comes the painful part. Painful because, for me at least, it was economically painful to build these parts. So we have a bearing, which is this one. This is a special bearing. It has its outside diameter 140 millimeters, and its inside diameter 110 millimeters. This is a custom-made part from 2007 aluminum alloy. It's an aircraft aluminum alloy. As you can see, this inside part rotates independently from this outside part. Also, the outside part is made from the same alloy, and it is custom made and drilled. As you can see, it has a shoulder here. I don't know how you call it in English, but that's how it's called in my language. Shoulder, or I don't know. Whatever. You get the point. And this shoulder helps it. To nicely fit in this stator, so as to make it rotate. This inside part, this one has 2 screws, because when it is mounted on the motor, it comes like this here, and from these 2 screws you help this shaft. By these 2 screws you help the shaft stay centered on this piece, in order for this stator to rotate perfectly without any play or imbalance and so forth. So, looking at this, how it is between this place and this place, will be mounted this piece, the stator. I don't know if you can imagine. You will see it soon. Eventually I will pause the video and film it after it is mounted, so you can see it better rotate. Right now, this inside part, as you can see it's a bit lower than the bearing, because I have knocked the hell out of it trying to get another part loose, which is this one, because it was rusty and I had to remove it to make another coupling, which is this one, freshly taken today from the machine shop. And this is just a plain flange, if you want to call it like that. It's a disc with 4 holes in it and a ditch, a little ditch to help it center on this part, which I will show you in a couple of moments, right after I assemble the outrunner. And the other part of this piece is, wait, let me put it in daylight. It's close to evening in here in my country, and I don't have such good lighting, so this will have to do. This is an old pulley from this motor. Oh crap, you can see it. Wait, I will make some light. This motor, this is a 3-phase motor, 5 kilowatt, 50 hertz, 3000 RPM. It is a Romanian made motor. I don't know how much efficiency it has, but this is what I have found at a fairly reasonable price, so this will have to do as a prime mover. This will be the RV. On this shaft will go this pulley, and this pulley, once attached to the motor's shaft there and attached to this flange, will make the coupling, actually a direct coupling, because I didn't want to make it make the coupling with belts because they wear and they have losses, friction, mechanical losses. Well, that flange will make the coupling between the PM outrunner and the future RV, which sits nicely under my kitchen table. I live in a fairly small flat, as you can see, but I managed to work like this anyways. So these being said, I will pause the video a little, or eventually I will pause the video a little and show you step by step how I will assemble this outrunner. Okay, EVGRAY members, I have started assembling this PMDC motor, but I have encountered a problem and I fixed it. This was originally a bit longer. What I mean is the shaft was a bit longer, and I've cut it with a angle grinder so that my other coupling will fit perfectly and allow the shaft of the other motor, which is that one, to be inserted all the way through. These being said, let me show you the steps of the assembly. This is the ex-rotor, which will be the stator, and as you can see, if I hold this, see the rotor is static and just this outer flange moves. This outer flange will be fixed on this piece, which is the stator, which will rotate. Okay, I'll have to pause the video or whatever and assemble this one, which is the flange and the future stator with the future rotor.